I am out here at my latest listing. If you are looking for a home in Mableville, a suburb of Little Rock, let me know. I've got a great one move-in ready here. My name is Nicole Nark. I'm a realtor in Central Arkansas. I have personally bought and sold foreclosure homes, as well as guided several home buyers through the process and really gone through what this means and what the differences are in process from buying a foreclosure home versus maybe a normal home on the market. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the pros and cons of buying a foreclosure as a home for yourself, let's get started. The first big pro and perk that comes with buying a foreclosure home usually is that you might be able to get that house for below market value. If you are looking to get a good deal on a home and you're not seeing a ton of inventory in your local area that meets your criteria, you may want to open up to foreclosures and auction properties as an option. Now, a con that comes with foreclosure and auction properties is that you may not be able to purchase them with a normal residential mortgage that you may already be pre-approved for. So let me explain what that means. Most of these homes may be run down and they may not have kitchen appliances, for example. They may not have running heat and air. Those are going to be needed for banks in order to give you a residential mortgage to live in a house. Those are things that appraisers must be able to come out to the property and check off that they are working, they are good, in order to give you the loan. So, although there are some foreclosure properties that will be listed for sale, or maybe even auction properties that are in really good condition, move-in ready condition, those are far and few between. So you would be able to use a residential loan like an FHA, a conventional, a VA loan to buy a foreclosure if it is in really good condition and operational. Now, if it's not, you're probably going to have to either use all cash to buy the house or a bank loan. So that would be something like an investment loan from your bank, a commercial loan, something that's secured that a banker would be giving you, not like a mortgage lender. With that being said, auction properties as well are almost entirely cash deals. So the auctioneers expect you to have cash in their hands, usually within 24 hours, to purchase these homes. So if you are like most buyers out there and don't have a ton of cash laying around to go just drop into a house, auction properties may be off the table for you just because of that fact. Another perk that comes with foreclosure properties is because you may have a little bit of room getting that property at a below market value price as a foreclosure, you have room in the price to really make it your own. And that's something to consider. I know when you're a home buyer, it's really easy to just look at the pictures and see what you can envision yourself in. But at the same time, it's my job as a realtor to make sure that you don't make a bad investment. So if you have the ability to buy a foreclosure and it's in a really great neighborhood that you like, but maybe it's a little bit more rundown, so the bank has it priced below market value. If all the homes in the neighborhood are selling for $200,000, this one's a little bit run down, maybe they have this one listed for $150,000. Why that's cool is because you then have about $50,000, $60,000 worth of room to make that house your own with updates, upgrades, remodeling, things like that. It really, really bothers me and scares me when I see agents who honestly put their own paycheck or potential paycheck ahead of their clients' interests. And they will advise someone to buy a house at the top of the market. And what I mean is, if all the houses are going for $200,000, they're saying, yeah, go buy this rundown house as well for $200,000. Well, then if you spend your money fixing that house up, depending on the neighborhood, you may have exceeded the price that you're going to be able to get out of that home when you go and resell. So that's what I talk about when I say that you can get a house probably for a little bit below market value, and then you have room to make it your own. And that's a big perk that can come with foreclosure properties if you have the time, the energy, and the potential funds to invest in it. You'll probably see these homes being marketed with the term as is. And that means that the bank or the seller is not going to be doing any repairs for you on this home. If you are touring auction properties and foreclosure properties, you are likely going into homes that do not have the heat and air working. They may not have electricity or any utilities hooked up to them at all. And if that's the case, the bank or the owning agency may require that you turn on the utilities and pay any fees that come along with it if you want those on for your inspection. So it's another risk that you have to determine whether you're willing to take when you're considering purchasing the house. Do the pros outweigh the cons? That's a decision that you have to make on your own. And as a realtor, I'm happy to kind of talk through them more with you and determine whether this might be a good potential buy for your financial situation. The last perk that I want to talk about when it comes to foreclosure homes is that you will be getting 100% clear title. Now, if you haven't bought a house before, you may not understand what clear title means. And basically, title is just the transferring of interest in the property. So if you have clear title and you buy a house, that means you own this house, you're getting an owner's title policy on it. It means that no cousins, sisters, aunts, divorced, twice removed wife can come knock on your door 2 years later and claim that they have an ownership in the property that you're purchasing. Now, why this is a perk here is because when the bank forecloses on these homes, they clear the title. They're wiping it so that you know that you are buying something with clear title that no one else can claim interest to. The place that sometimes things can get tricky if you're buying a usual, typical on-the-market home is that when sellers may have delinquent tax payments, delinquent medical bills, those agencies can put liens on the property so that when the house is sold by them, the proceeds from the sale have to go directly to paying off those debts. And you want to make sure that you're buying a house that doesn't have any liens or debts against it. And that's always why when you buy a house, we go through title work. Doesn't matter if it's a foreclosure home, doesn't matter if it's just an everyday resale property on the market, we will do a title search and we'll make sure you get clear title. But with these foreclosure homes, it is worth noting that you already know that you're going to be pretty much getting clear title on the front end. So I hope that if you're considering buying a house and are open to the idea of foreclosures and auction properties, that this video provided you with a little bit of insight into the details and the adventures that are foreclosure properties. They can be really, really great, but you just always want to have this conversation with buyers before we start looking at them, just so that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into when you're looking at these homes. I wouldn't want you to be looking at them, getting super invested, and then realizing that you have to buy this house as is, or you may be responsible for paying for the utilities just to do an inspection. It's very important that you know these things up front so that you can make the best decision for your finances. If you have any other questions about the process of buying foreclosure homes, you want a list of foreclosure homes in the central Arkansas area, I'm happy to give that to you. I keep one handy for my investors and individuals who I know that are interested in buying them. Once again, my name is Nicole Nark. I put out real estate content on this channel every week. I hope that if you enjoyed this video, you'll like the video and subscribe. Stay safe and happy house hunting.